We just rolling with you today, Terrah.
Okay. Hi.
Hey.
Wow, we're here. We're so excited to be back and welcome.
We have another episode of Sunday Bites and Tidbits. I'm Babette.
And I'm Terrah. Just talking over there, Cat and Monk.
Be quiet. We're introducing ourselves.
I just muted them.
You want to do it again?
No, we're live. We can't do it again.
Hey, everybody. Hi.
You can't just like stop and reintroduce.
Okay, so this is just the fourth show. By the fifth show, we will have this introduction down.
Or we won't.
Or we won't.
And it's all good.
And it is all good.
And I had some glasses.
They're there behind the
Thank you. How's everybody doing in the wake of this madness that's going on today?
I know.
And this week. You know, we're so excited to have, wow.
How we gonna say them?
These two handsome men's.
Yeah, they are.
Bodybuilders, vegans.
We tried to get them to take their tops off so that you guys could really see some skin, but I don't know why they're trying to be all modest and stuff.
They're all clothing up.
Anyway, who are they anyway?
They are Cat and Monk
or Monk and Cat.
Welcome, Cat and Monk, or Monk and Cat to the
Sunday Bites and Tidbits. What's up, y'all?
Hold on, let me unmute them here.
Oh, you gotta unmute them?
Hey,
there they
are. Hey, what's going on? Y'all are hilarious. I love y'all too.
Okay, so let's just go with how did you guys get the names Monk and Cat?
They're stuck.
You want to start, Monk? Huh? So my last name, I played football from high school all the way through college, and they usually call you by your last name, right? And you have your last name on your helmet. And everybody abbreviated my last name to Cat because it's C-A-T-L-E-Y, right? And they just say Cat. So, you know, I got playing football a long time ago and just stuck with me throughout my life.
So for me, about six. What's that?
No, go ahead.
Okay. For me, about 6 years ago, how I got the name Monk is I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and she said, "You don't smoke, you don't drink." First of all, I said, "Well, what do you do?" I was like, well, "What do you mean? What do I do? You don't smoke, you don't drink, you meditate all the time, you're a vegan, you're like a monk or something, right?" So this is a woman that didn't know me before my old life. So we just kind of laughed about it. And then when I left, I'm like, wow, she just compared me to a monk.
And there you go.
Said, that's crazy.
It must not.
Right. So what happened was I changed my Facebook page. What's that?
No, go ahead. We're not saying anything.
Okay, I changed my Facebook page name and it just kind of took off, and then here I am. I'm Monk now. And the thing about it is sometimes you hold an emotional attachment to your old self through your name. And I decided just to let that thing go along with, you know, my old behaviors.
Well, that's cool because it actually fits and works. You know what I mean? It actually works.
We on your show today.
Say it again.
Obviously we're having some technical difficulties because you guys are so choppy. Are we choppy? Oh, look. I wonder what our audience is thinking.
Audience.
We can hear you.
Okay, so maybe it's coming through on this end, which I don't know why, because normally we're right on.
That's the earbuds.
Oh, you're looking? Okay, they said we look good on this end, so we're good. All righty, so tell us, how did you guys meet? Because you work together a lot, right? So just give them a little history on how you guys got together. Okay, somebody said we are choppy.
I think I got to share that story. So one day I was leaving the radio station. I used to have a show at 94.1 KPFA in Berkeley. And I was leaving the radio station one day and my spirit told me I needed to be at the event. And I was like, I'm running through my schedule in my head. I'm like, damn, what event am I supposed to be at today? I'm leaving the radio station and I ended up looking on Facebook to see if if I was scheduled to be at an event or do something that day, and it was an event at the Animal Rights Center, probably like a half a mile away from me, where Monk was actually speaking that day. So I was like, okay. I was like, I think I might have, told the Animal Rights Center that I was going to stop by, check it out. So I went over there, and Monk was actually about to be doing his presentation. I was walking around, mingling. Monk came across each other. As soon as we started talking, it was like, man, two worlds just colliding. We was like reminiscing on so many different things that were just synchronicities in our life that we overcame in our plant-based journey.
It was like, boom.
So from that point on, he was like, man, we got to go this and we got to start making more content. And man, I couldn't get rid of the guy for the last 2 years since then.
Like a fungus.
And what about, so you guys, and then you kind of, were you both vegans at the time? Yes. Okay. So you met each other.
Yeah. Yeah. So that particular time, I think. Yeah. So at that particular time, I think I was 2 years in my vegan journey at that particular point. I know Monk started before me. Monk's what?
I 7 years as far as vegetarian and 5 vegan.
Yeah, so I'm 4 years that I've been strictly no animal products, changing my whole lifestyle 4 years ago. Actually, this past April, it's been 4 years.
Wow,
Nice.
wow, that's
Really
good.
nice.
And go ahead.
I'd like to ask, so when you transitioned and you were already bodybuilding, correct? That is what you guys do pretty much. You share your influencers, and that's how you pretty much take care of yourself, right? You're into bodybuilding, correct?
Yeah, so I do a strength and conditioning program out here for my clients. Before the coronavirus, I was training out at 2 gyms, one in Oakland and one in Richmond, where I would help people that were looking to transition into a plant-based lifestyle, giving them the tools that they needed. Also helping people in our community, as you know, that's suffering from like diabetes, high blood pressure, understanding how food is our medicine and how we don't have to strictly rely on the pharmaceuticals that we've been told that that's the only way we can live with certain issues that plague our community.
Yeah.
So did either of you have any illnesses prior to transitioning?
I was alcoholic. That's what I was.
You were an alcoholic.
12 years ago. That's right. 12 years ago is when I stopped drinking. And the only reason why I got to the vegan lifestyle in the first place is because I was running out of options as far as how to have any type of purpose in my life, how to heal myself. I started to have internal bleeding from drinking, and I sat and meditate, and that connected me to all life, which brought me to a vegan lifestyle. So yeah, I had a lot of issues.
Wow.
I wouldn't be here right now if I wouldn't have changed.
Yeah, so myself, my health journey restarted back in 2014 when I had a health scare. I was 80 pounds heavier than what you see today. And I got rushed to the emergency room one night where, the paramedics came to my house after I woke up with severe chest pains, shortness of breath, all the symptoms of having a heart attack, and got rushed to the hospital. They did all the tests. Luckily, it wasn't a heart attack at that particular moment. The doctors sent me to a specialist to see a heart specialist. The heart specialist couldn't figure out what was going on with me. I was continuing to feel like so much discomfort in my chest and just so many things that were going on internally that they couldn't really give me a solid answer, except you need to lose weight and focus more on your health. So that actually started me on my health journey, where I lost the weight and everything. And through that, getting back into training, somebody asked me about being vegan and work, and I know nothing about the lifestyle. So that made me do the research. And within doing the research, I did a 30-day detox where, you know, I went completely vegan for 30 days.
That was it.
And other issues that I was suffering from, like the anxiety and depression that was also going on in my life, actually started to clear up with understanding that a lot of the emotions and trauma that the animals are going through are actually absorbed. The energy is absorbed into our bodies, and we can also be feeling what the animals are going through. So that was the beginning of my journey.
And you gotta understand, he said it was 80 pounds heavier. Mm-hmm. This dude is 5'2". Now to be holding the extra 80 pounds.
5'2". You ought to stop.
Come on, you see how you do me on the show on National Facebook Live?
Monk, you ought to stop.
He got all the jokes today.
So we have one question from Detroit Brown. He says, "Are you surprised? Are people surprised to see African American vegan as well as being an athlete? Do you get that?"
You want to start it off?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we were getting ready to do a bodybuilding competition before this, the COVID hit in Seattle, and it was going to be 4 or 5 of us, all black, vegan. I mean, that's like a unicorn on a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? So we were going to go ahead and make a little documentary. We're going to make 5 black vegans in a natural bodybuilding competition at one time. So it's very rare. It's just rare to even see a group of vegans and vegans, but to all be bodybuilders is super, super rare.
Yeah, I know, at least for me, as I've started to put more content, everything out there, a lot of people now refer to me to that guy that don't eat meat, right? Oh, you that one guy, you that guy that don't eat the meat and the cheese and stuff. I know, I seen you on social media before. So
I know,
it's so funny going to the grocery store and people in the community, you know, really embracing it and asking questions and, you know, planting those seeds for people to move forward in their health journey, knowing that there's other options out there besides what we've been taught prior to our health history.
And we understand to everyone that we're having some technical lining up. I think somebody said it's on your end, guys. So we're going to have them back. This is just, you know, this is the beginning of ours with Cat and Monk, and we love them. So they will actually be back. And then whatever it is that's going on today, we will have it worked out. But they can understand everything you're saying. It's out of sync a little bit in certain areas. Just want to let you know that.
But I really want to know.
Okay. Well, I got a comment for you too. I got a comment for you too.
All right.
Get your act together. We didn't come on here for this. Okay?
All these shenanigans you have is on here.
Come on. Is this a joke? What's going on?
No, you did not.
You know what? We are the crew. We are the technical. Actually, but we're gonna get it together. And if you be me, you won't be back. Nah, that's not true. We'll always have you guys back. Yeah, you know that.
Hey, we can't go to no restaurant.
Okay. Somebody asked. Let's see. Someone was asking. Oh, what was? Hold on.
Most difficult food.
No, sorry. What was the most difficult? The same difficult food. I think Troy. Troy's a guy, and I think he's the one that asked the last question. So I think he's actually probably curious to transition. What was the most difficult food to quit?
You want me to take that one first?
Go ahead. You're not good.
All right. Well, for me, because my getting to veganism was so different. 3 years into my meditation, I was eating a vegetarian omelet down in Jack London Square in Oakland, and someone asked me, "Am I vegetarian?" Now I didn't know I was going to say yes until after the fact. So I said yes. So from that day forward, I never ate any meat. So I didn't know what a vegan was. So I had to Google it. Why did I say yes? And it's because I made a connection to all life, and I didn't want to do any harm, but I didn't know what a vegan was. So the eggs, I still ate eggs, and then I didn't check for milk and anything, even though I didn't drink regular milk anyway. But I didn't know what a vegan was, so I continued to eat those things. And, you know, people don't understand veganism is not just about what you eat. That's just a lifestyle. So once I realized the harm that I was doing in the egg and milk process, that was gone too. And it wasn't hard. There wasn't any food that was hard for me to give up in my experience.
Yeah. So for me, I said, I didn't really know my experience. I didn't know what a vegan was either. When I was at the barber shop, one of the barbers that had actually was transitioning into a vegan lifestyle was asking me my personal opinion on what I thought about it and how, you know, how to maintain muscle mass. And I thought he was really asking me what it was like to be vegetarian. I was like, you mean a vegetarian, right? And he was like, nah, vegan. I said, oh, I was like, what's the difference? He was like, nah, you don't eat no milk, no dairy, no animal products, period. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, I don't know too much about that. I said, but what I can do is research. And as I did my research, I tried it out for 30 days. And for me, it was a lot of transitional foods that when I first started, I was utilizing. So that really helped out. It made that transition a lot easier on my side. But then, you know, as my journey continued to go, you know, I don't even really use a lot of those transitional foods anymore. But it wasn't something after 30 days, like my senses and everything started to change. So the smell of meat and dairy weren't even appealing to me after, you know, my 30-day detox.
Well, people don't understand your taste buds change, I think, every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you start eating, what's that?
What were some of your transitional foods that you consumed?
Are you there?
Because I wish I could hear what you all are saying.
Yes, it's cutting out, but some people are hearing it. Some people,
oh, you can't hear us?
Huh? Well, it's something with the there's a technical thing it's just glitching all the way through, but some people are understanding it. And I think it depends on at the moment where it picks up. So we're going to have to actually do this again. We apologize to everyone, but we're going to have you guys back. But let's just keep going.
But I want to right quick before you answer that question about the transitional foods. Troy Brown did say he's transitioned to a vegan lifestyle since January.
Right.
Yeah. So and so he's asking questions because you guys are building muscle. Yeah, you got muscles. And guys want to know.
Bigger than
and
yours.
so what were some of the foods that you ate to help you assist you with the transition?
Yeah. So things like the tofu, the Gardein products and stuff like that you can find at your local grocery store. That was some things like, instead of having egg scramble, I have a tofu scramble that I found. Instead of having sausage, I'd have some kind of Gardein products where they have meatless, dairy-free products as well. So I use that initially to help myself transition. Those are just a couple of things I could think of. Switching from regular 2% milk over to almond milk, all those kind of things.
So tell me now, what do you use? Because the big deal always is protein. Protein. So what do you guys do so that you know that you get enough, you're consuming enough protein to give you what you want in terms of building your muscle mass and that?
Well, I believe that we put too much emphasis on protein. Of course, we need it, and especially bodybuilders need it a little bit more than the average person because we're putting so much stress on our muscles. But I think the meat industry pushes protein so hard because everybody associates protein with meat. Mm-hmm. So the more they can say, get your protein is basically, marketing saying meat, get your meat. I went to a restaurant one time and they said, what do you want? What kind of protein do you want on your salad? I'm like, what are you talking about? What type of protein do you want on your salad? Well, my salad comes with protein. I mean, what kind of protein I want on my salad.
Right.
When I do need extra protein, of course, I'm sponsored by supplement company, right? So, I don't do it all the time, but when I really get into my heavy lifting, I take a little bit more than normal. But other than that, my greens, my beans, my what else? Nuts. You know what I'm saying? All these things have protein in them. Everything you eat has protein in them. You just have to eat enough. I think
that's what I was gonna.
The biggest problem I think with people switching over and going, I'm losing too much. So they have a regular bad American diet. So they take out dairy. So what's left, right? They don't replace those calories and what you're getting from those calories back into their diet. So the meat they're eating has all these the nutrients that they usually get from the cow secondhand. So you remove that and you don't replace it with anything. And you're gonna lose a lot of calories, you're gonna lose a lot of nutrients, and lose a lot of weight, and you're gonna lose a lot of muscle. So as long as you replace it, plant protein is even healthier. So as long as you replace that protein with plant protein, you're good.
Yeah, I think one of the tools that really helped me when I was making my transition to make sure I was getting enough of everything, my protein, my carbs, my healthy fats. I used an app called MyFitnessPal, and I would input the serving sizes and get a calculation of what I was doing. And once I created a routine for myself, it was just like second nature. You don't really even have to think about it after you know the amount of food that you need to intake on a daily basis.
And I only eat once a week.
Shut up.
They still there?
Because you're invisible. We don't even see you. We really,
there we go.
we really only see Kat there because you're so skinny. We can't even see you. But I just saw a muscle. Let me see your muscles. Put your muscles.
Come
up.
on. Hold on, y'all. Like, whoa, hold on. This little dude.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all, what you working with, Jeff?
Y'all
Working with, girl. I be watching you on IG. You see what? What? They better ask somebody.
Ladies, y'all see that?
Love that.
See that? You see that? And you don't even have to have meat, technically.
So I know, Monk, that there's some you take a supplement that you take in terms of getting some protein. What might that be, sir?
That would be clean green protein. My clean machine. So now I'm gonna tell you what's different.
Is it this?
That. How did I just come up on something? How you just come up on that like
This
that?
is this what you're talking about, Mark?
And so,
I'm gonna tell you what makes it different though.
cheers.
Okay, for one, taste it. Tell me how it tastes.
It's delicious.
It's so good.
It's really good, and it doesn't taste greeny.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't taste greeny and grainy.
It looks greeny because it's actually what color it is, right? So the difference is it's a whole food. It's not an isolated protein. So you have an entire plant in that bottle. So you get micronutrients as well. So if you look at that bottle and you look at the panel, it's going to be all different type of numbers. That's what's coming from the plant itself. When you look at other proteins, they're all 0, 0, 0, 0 across the board. They're all even numbers. It's because that they were sourced that from something else. It's not a complete whole food, right? So you're getting all the micronutrients. If you look on the back, all the fiber, all the other nutrients that come with stuff that regular proteins don't have. So it's almost like a meal replacement. If you're on the go and you want to eat something, but you don't have time, that's a meal. You see what I'm saying? Plus the protein. And that's what makes it so great. You know what I'm saying? It's non-GMO, across the board. You look at the amino acids in it. It's delicious. So that's what I. That's Cat. He don't have no training.
Who? Him?
What you trying to say?
You don't have no.
Somebody calling you. Then put him on last.
Cat don't know. Cat don't know that if you're on the line, turn off your phone. He don't know
I
that.
just put it on airplane mode. Why? be judging today?
Are we on the airplane?
Oh, just hear us from.
I'm on a very high profile in.
Are you on the airplane? He said it's on airplane mode. We must be in the sky right now.
Yeah, well, mine just went off too.
To LA.
Mine was on silent. So let me ask you a question. Now, what do you guys? I know you guys have an online fitness thing that you do together, right?
Yeah, so we just partnered up on this project that we're looking to do. We want to help.
We ain't looking to do nothing.
Well, we're doing, right?
Yeah, we're doing it.
So
You know what? Wait. Y'all like
I put me in my place sometimes, right?
y'all are like the male Lucy and Ethel. But go ahead. So you ain't looking to do nothing because you're doing it, right?
And let them know.
Yeah. So we have a program that's a 6-day program that we're going to be launching probably before the summer's end. And what it's going to be helping people do is help transition to a more holistic lifestyle where we teach them, Monk is also a meditation coach, helping them, meditate and ground themselves throughout the day. Also teaching them all the health benefits of a plant-based diet, just really giving people the tools that are necessary to transition into a healthier lifestyle, more so than just looking at their physiques, right? Because a lot of times they're like, oh, those guys look good. We want to work out like they do, but they don't understand it's a complete lifestyle change that you have to make, mind, body, and spirit. So we're looking to help more people in our community make that transition.
We're looking to help more people.
We're helping more people. Monk.
Monk is a great school.
With that, I offered him a free copy. Did you hear?
Okay.
But they talking about me.
I think we're talking about you. At least you got somebody talking about you.
So with that, we offered them. I'm an author. I wrote a book. Did I send you my book yet?
Huh?
Did I send you a copy of my book yet?
No.
Have I sent you a copy of my book yet?
Do you have a copy? So we
Are you serious?
Do you have a copy there? Put it up to
I'm
the
gonna
camera.
send it. I'm gonna send it to you.
No,
Yeah, but
we
you have
want
one
everyone
there.
to see it.
This is all I got right now with me.
Well, that ain't helping us. What does that mean?
That's all I have. I don't.
What does it say on there? Fact?
That's it.
What is
I got an empty hand. No, that's all I have.
He's not bearing no gifts today.
No,
That's
I'm not
what he's
bearing
trying
any
to tell
gifts.
y'all.
I'm all the way out. I'm all the way out in Panola, so I'm not at home. So I don't have it with me. We offered this book.
No. Shh. How long have you known that you were going to be on this show?
Sell him, Chef. Get him, Chef.
Well, see what happened was.
What? Don't
What's up with y'all's thing?
Chef got you.
I was at a protest. And then I got just time and all that stuff. I didn't have time to go back.
Sound like it's
to the house. So let's move forward because we don't want to talk about
this. Move forward, Monk, but you can't be talking about your book. And you don't have no book.
What's the name of the book?
So no, what I'm telling you is with the program that we put together, I offer everybody a piece of the book.
Oh, you give them. So they get when they sign
they want to see the book. They don't care what it's called. They want to see the actual book with you.
But just because you can't see it, but you still want to know what it's called.
What about you put up your hand though?
Right.
What?
Yeah, like here's the book.
What, like your hand?
That was an empty hand. I didn't have it with me.
Well, what is the name of the book?
All over you, Mark.
What's the name?
Empty
I'm
hand.
trying to get the name out for the last 5 minutes. The name of the book is
what?
Love Over Fear. A Guide to Peace and Purpose. That's the name of the book.
Well, you know what? And to transition into what's going on right now.
Yes.
You know, because we cannot have this conversation and not tie the pieces together about what you put in your body, what you put in your mind helps you to deal with and manage things like what's going on right now in a more peaceful inner way. You know what I'm saying? What do you have to say? They're like
Exactly.
The stress,
to manage the stress, anything that you could offer people now?
Especially being Black men in America. Talk to us.
Yeah.
Well, it's really hard. The last 3 days have been super for me, even though I'm pretty much in a really peaceful place. But I think a lot of times we push down these, experiences with police and society, how they treat us. We kind of just push it down as if it's just something normal that's supposed to happen. And then when something like this happens, brings it all up to the surface. So I really think it's important to experience that anger, to experience all these things that come up. Don't try to suppress them. Let them come up. Let that come up and out. That's what the world is doing right now. We're purging this hate. We're purging the system. So right now, the most important thing to do is feel it fully, but redirect it in a constructive way, right? I'm not telling you not to feel it. I'm not telling you not to, because we're all feeling it,
right?
But don't take it and you use it for your. Don't use it in a way where it's going to be more destructive to yourself and in the peace and the things that you can have your inner self, right? Let it come up. Use it in a constructive way and let it go. So I'm still in the point of it's still coming up. And today when I went to the park and I had to get a call from my wife to ask me, "Hey, are you okay?" It just really hit me like I'm a 50-year-old man. She called me to make sure that I was okay at the park by myself, like I was a 10-year-old, because she don't know if I'm gonna make it home. Say it's taking too long.
Yeah.
Then it brought up all these old instances of me getting pulled and me getting searched and me getting handcuffed and me getting taken to jail for no reason. And all these things have to come up. And when we see what we've seen this last few days, all those feelings came up for every Black person on this planet. I'm not a crier. Every man that I talked to cried about this because they see their uncle, they see their dad, they see their brother, they see their cousin, and they see the disrespect and the lack of feeling for a human life right in front of their faces. So that's my advice to you. Feel everything you feel, because we're tired of holding it in. Let it come out. I'm not saying burn nothing down. I'm saying that come out and use it and do something that you've been wanting to do that's going to help the situation.
Love it. So do you think?
Me and Monk actually.
Go ahead.
Right. No, I was gonna say, me and Monk were talking about this off air, and it's like, I got my oldest son is 15. I got 4 sons, so my oldest is 15, going on 16. I got a 13-year-old, I got an 11-year-old, and I got a 7-year-old. And to be able to explain to them why there is no justice in our community when something like that happens, and they can see it, they're like, they're on camera, Dad. Like, why isn't going to be any justice? And it's like, to explain to them that we as men of color have to come together, first of all, and create our own system. This is my belief, right? To create our own system, because obviously the system that's going on right now it was never meant for us. So how can we thrive in something that was never built or meant for our culture? We have to look at it like we have to do for self. We have to go within self and come to these resolutions and not put ourselves in harm's way. I agree 100% with Monk when he says don't hold anything in, right? Because that also creates illness inside of us. That creates cancer and ulcer. All different kind of things can come from bottling in all these emotions. So definitely release it, but release it in a way that we can build together and we can move forward from this and be able to help our communities come together and say, we're not going to accept this anymore. by no stretch of the imagination, right? Because that could have been Monk, that could have been me, that could have been one of our kids or family members that quick. I mean, it happened out here in the Bay Area, 6 years ago at the BART station, right? So
Yeah.
like it could be any one of us at any given time not doing anything. We have to address these kind of things.
And so let's connect the pieces. Meditation, Monk, that's what you teach. Would you suggest, when you, as you're dealing, finding a place for yourself to get centered? Because sometimes I know after, hearing it all day long, I just got to shut everything down and just put on some headphones and go into some type of guided meditation. And what about diet as well? Do you believe that the diet also will play a role in how your attitude and how you are emotionally? Because I know some people are emotional leaders.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely, diet. They say that your stomach is like your second brain. So your stomach controls your mood. So I mean, if you're putting crappy stuff in your stomach, you're gonna be in a crappy mood.
You won't be a logical thinker.
Man, you're thinking, your emotions, all parts of you. All we are is food. You stop eating, you die. So everything that we are is the food you eat. You see what I'm saying?
And the energy you bring into
right.
This
That's it. You're created by what you eat. Now you stop for a while, it's a wrap for you. So that's all you are, is food. Whatever you're putting in your body, creating who you are right now. That's why if you have a certain way, a diet and a certain practices in your life, you look different, right? If you're on a McDonald's diet and you drink a lot of soda and you do a lot of things like that, you're gonna look different. You're creating that through food, creating your emotional state through food.
Beautifully
Even
said.
on a spiritual level, you gotta, so you can connect. You see what I'm saying? We're antennas. You gotta have your receivers nice and clear so you can receive messages to move forward in your life. So that's what meditation does. All meditation is doing is connecting to your highest self.
Love it. Beautiful.
So let me ask you this. Is there an exercise, because I know for me sometimes, like now when we've been dealing with this not just the pandemic, what's happened over the last few days, I'm not as motivated to like do anything because I feel slightly beat up. Like, is there some workout tips or something you suggest, even for me, because I'm like, I gotta work out because I love to work out every day, but I've been sitting in the bed like this, just going, I'm beat up, I'm emotionally drained. What, as fitness builders, what would you suggest someone like me? Walking is nothing for me. That's a week. I can walk, but something I can do to maybe burn off some of the stress and aggravation.
Yeah, I know one of my best practices that I do myself and that I also work with my clients is when you wake up, be thankful. Start your day off with a moment of silence, however long that you want to take, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, where you're thankful, connecting with your inner self, seeing what your purpose is for that particular day. Ask for guidance. Once you start asking for certain things and putting certain things in the universe, I'm all about the law of attraction, right? If things are going a certain way in your particular life, it's some things that we have to sit down and reflect inward, and then our outer view is going to change as well, right? So what things make you happy? Who do you feel like you need to serve each and every day, right? What things do you want to give back to the community? Certain things that you want to start asking yourself. So then you're able to provide, you're looking to provide those things and go into your higher state of consciousness to be able to do those things, not really dwell on certain things that can kind of keep us stagnant and not really pursuing the things that we need to do in the moment. So that would be my recommendation.
And we just do a bunch of burpees.
I think breathing. Yeah, we don't breathe enough.
Sarah below.
Anyway, Sarah says taking deep breaths early in the morning. Also, Troy Brown wants to know if you guys are going to have links
Yeah, we're gonna post all. I mean, they're gonna mention all of their social media and all that stuff, guys, before we go.
Okay,
so
make sure they get that.
That is something I will definitely have to work on. Yeah, meditation for some people can be very hard.
Massive.
Because as soon as you close your eyes, you fall asleep. Wonder who we're talking to.
No, but it's true.
But it's true. Yeah. So any suggestions on when people are meditating, like, because that's what happens as soon as you lay down. If you're tired, you know, you close your eyes. First of all, you start thinking about your laundry list.
Well, first of all,
what?
First of all, don't lay down and meditate. First of all, you know, sit upright. Sit on a pillow, right? Especially if you have trouble meditating while laying down. Get your hips above your knees so you're nice and balanced. Get centered. Keep your chin up.
Above the knees.
Deep breaths. Hips above the knees. This makes it so you don't have that pull in your lower back. So I used to meditate all the time, not in the right posture, right? Once I realized when my hips raised up above my knees, I could sit there all day comfortable. So what happens is when you're meditating and you're uncomfortable, it's pulling your attention to that place.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Unnecessarily, right? You're still going to have sensations that come and go. If you're sitting in the wrong posture, immediately you're going to start feeling uncomfortable, right? So when you do that, you're going to be in this balanced space where you feel real comfortable. Its sensations are going to come and go, but it's not such strong sensations where it's going to pull you out of your meditation. You're going to feel it. You're going to be with it. You're going to let it pass, right? So the posture which you sit is super important. And watch, when you do sit on a pillow and your hips are higher than your knees, you're going to be like, wow, it's like night and day.
Just a small adjustment.
Just a small adjustment. It's like sit there all day.
I wish you could demonstrate the hips above the knees, because I'm still trying to envision how to get my hips up above my knees. Like,
so you know how you sit?
Huh?
No. Okay, do me a favor. Go ahead and sit back down. Just go ahead and have a seat.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is get you a pillow or a couple pillows about that tall, and you're sitting like a lotus position, right? Or Indian style. All you're doing is sitting on that. That's gonna bring your hips above your knees if you're in the lotus position. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Okay.
So if you don't have a pillow, your seat are gonna be are gonna be lower than your knees. Your knees are gonna come up and your butt's gonna be lower than that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Just sit on some pillows. You got that?
I'd also like to say something about our journeys. We're all practice the vegan lifestyle. With today's climate, we see that humans seem to be a bit challenged when it comes to loving one another. Just this particular species. I find it quite challenging for our fight for other sentient beings to be cared for properly on this planet if we have difficulty caring for ourselves. So I just think that we need to start with us. Knowledge is power, and I know that there are too many of us cruising around on the planet that has no idea of where we all started. But I'm gonna tell you something. As a 70-year-old, Google is incredible. If you're just wondering where all human life started, you can just ask Google and it will bring up an answer for you. And it's a great answer. So, because what it basically tells you is we are all one in this. We are all connected in this. We all started in Mother Africa. So while you're trying to get rid of anybody, it's going to be quite difficult because we're everywhere and we're in everybody. I don't need 100% pure. I need 100% loving, That's what I need. And that is that for me, that is when I'm able to embrace the whole, when I love me. So anyway, what do you guys think about that?
Oh man, I think you're right on time. I think that the problem with society right now is we don't know how to love ourselves, and we don't know who we are. We're still we're on a roll, a fake identity that was given to us, and that is our story, and we're sticking to our story. So instead of creating a new story, instead of finding out who you really are, most society sticks with that story, and that story a lot of times they treat other beings a certain way, and they expect to be treated by other beings in a certain way, right? That's their story. My story was different when I was growing up, and the story that I'm living now. The story that I'm living now is unconditional love for all beings. Not only that, I have an understanding about people that may hate me for the way I live. I understand them. I know why they do it now, and I know them. It's not them. They're living from their lower. They're living from their story. Wasn't them.
Yes.
They're living from their conditioned self. That guy that had his foot on that guy's neck, that wasn't him. That was not him. I'm gonna tell you right now, that used to be a little innocent baby boy that just wanted to love and be loved until he was tainted. And he believed that. And that's when you have understanding like that, you know
Beautiful.
that we're all, everything you see is connected. There's nothing that you can do and put out in the universe that's not out there. So any act of kindness, any act of love, any act that you, even on an internal, even internally, is energy. Energy is real, and energy can travel. It can travel through this computer right now as we talk to each other.
You're about to make me cry.
Type of energy you put out is out there.
I love it.
So if we get more people holding that love here, we can change the entire energy of this planet.
Yes.
And so we can't get caught up in the hate. We can't get caught up in the hate because we know he didn't know what he was doing. That's not him. So you want him to be, you have consequences for your actions. So yes, we want justice to be served on that level, but we don't want hate. Hate is not going to do anything for us. And that's where I'm at with it.
110%. It's like if we work from a lower vibration, which is hate instead of love, we're going to continue to repeat the same cycle over and over. And the lesson that needs to be learned is we all have to vibrate on the frequency of love to move forward as a whole, So no, you said it all.
I love it. Thank you guys.
But
beautiful.
You know what else is so special when you guys speak? Is that you're seeing the package of what when you put in your body, what when you put in your mind, how your spirit, all of those pieces go together.
It is a puzzle.
When you're on a consciousness on another level, that it's almost like it's very hard to continue to stick stuff in your body, but your mind is in alignment with that next vibrational level. You also want to take care of what you're putting inside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you almost can't do them both at the same time, because it's like being in the light at the same time. When you start to want to clear your spirit now, and whether you're vegan or not vegan, you still pay close attention to what you're putting inside of your body.
Or you should.
Just like you're paying close attention to what you want to put in your mindset, because all those things are going to they're going to have a repercussion to how your life flows out and what vibrational level you're vibing on and you're living on. So I'm sorry, there's a delay, so go ahead.
Absolutely.
But the one thing I love,
it's almost like you can't be an addict. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go
ahead. Okay, I was gonna say it's like same difference is putting things in your body. You can't be an addict and live from a high vibrational place, because it's a low vibrational substance that you're putting in your body that affects your mind and your spirit and your body.
You're gonna have an inner conflict.
Yeah,
somewhere.
you can't do that. You can't live from that place while putting poison into your body. It's impossible. No, go ahead. Cut you off.
No. I was just kind of, there's a slight delay, so I'm not sure when you're coming in now. But that's absolutely the truth. And you know what? When you meet people who kind of pulling all the pieces together, all the different, energy levels, the inner, the outer, the spiritual, it's so refreshing. It's just so refreshing, refreshing. So like to sit here and talk to men who are handsome, who got, muscles, and they're,
and they're enlightened.
It's like, wow, there's hope out there.
A package.
There's hope out there. You know what I'm saying? So now, are you both married?
I was just about to say, y'all got women?
Yeah.
Well, somebody out there might be like, yeah. Well, now, what did you have the women before you became vegan or after? I know yours was before, Kat, right?
Before.
Mom?
Yeah. I've been married now 12 years.
I can't believe you got all them kids, boy.
They're so stupid.
She actually before.
How do you put up with? No. So and all of your now, Monk, we know your daughter is amazing, and she's
amazing,
following in your footsteps.
Amazing.
Now, Kat, does all your children are vegan? Your whole household is vegan?
Me and my wife are 100% vegan. Our kids, I would say, are more vegetarian due to my parents and other people around them at certain events. So, but they're moving in that direction.
And Monk, what about your daughter? We know she's vegan. Did they just go away?
Well, here's the thing. Back in the Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You just look sleepy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you keep pausing.
So what had happened when I was growing up is I had a lot of kids by more than one woman, and I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
You know how it happened. You was there.
So I'm trying to shorten it up for y'all. So at different stages of my life, the way I was, it almost seemed like my kids mirrored that my life. Right? I'm looking back now and I'm looking at the kids and how much interaction I had with them and how that affected them. Right? So my first kid, he's 28 years old now, went through a lot of the same things I was going through when I was around him. And then my last kid, and I got in-betweens, several. My last kid was there the whole time I was on my healing journey with myself. So she never seen me have a drink. She never seen me anything besides, meditate and work on myself. And she's like that reflection of myself. You know what I'm saying? She's so.
Well, Annette says, because when Babette said you look sleepy, Annette said he does look sleepy. He's tired, too many kids. Well, we are winding down to our hour. But this has been so great. Now, guys, so we're going to do a series. We're going to have you back, obviously, just the two of you when we can.
Let our audience know.
Right, but we're going to we're working out a date when we're going to have you guys.
The live studio.
What? What'd you say?
I said we need to come to the live so we don't have these technical issues next time.
Well, we're gonna
on each side of y'all.
Yeah. You're gonna come back, but we're gonna do an episode show where we're gonna have all of you fine muscle bodybuilders or just vegan because there's such a big myth that you can't have arms like me when you're a vegan bodybuilder.
She said like her.
I really want to share something with the audience to let them know. These have been our first 4 shows, and we took our opening, right? We're brand new.
Right, we're brand new.
So we decided that since African Americans are some of the largest demographic, so they say, that's changing, that's transitioning to a vegan lifestyle, we decided that we wanted to pull some of our favorite African Americans on our first 4 shows, and you guys have been chosen as a couple, one of our favorites. So
two.
Yes, two. So we embrace everyone.
Oh, now they're one. They're so stupid.
What Chef is saying is we embrace everyone, and we'll be having all kinds of guests on this show. It's not just a black show.
And if it is, it is.
No, it ain't just a black show.
No, we
love everybody, and we're gonna have some of everybody on the show. That, but these first 4 shows had to be boom. Anyway.
So, guys, share your social media with everyone where they can find you.
Yeah.
Now, someone asked if you were the same guy who did the COVID cookbook. I think they're thinking about Marlon.
I think they're thinking about Marlon. Yeah, this is Cat and Monk. Marlon will be back, but he does have a book out called COVID-19.
Right, but we want you guys, Marlon.
What's his name?
Dom Z. We want all of you guys to come back.
But you guys gotta come on with your muscle shirts on.
I know. What's up with this?
Are you all dressed and stuff? What's up?
We've got eye candy.
We don't have that.
Look, we even got our arms out.
Gotta give us some forewarning.
Okay, well, this show coming up, when is this gonna be?
Oh, we haven't said it yet. Okay, look, Kat, come on, Mom. Give them a little candy before.
Yeah,
wait. Annette says, yes, please.
Yes, give them something.
Give them something. Yes,
give them something. Let them something. Come on now.
She said, yes, please.
We try to get Sally to take it.
Come on, yeah.
Come on, Mom. Yeah, Mom. Come on, Mom. Yeah, Mom. Come on.
Woo!
Girl.
Told me I would have shaved the taco meat. I would have shaved the taco meat.
Come on, Kat. Come on, Kat. Look at Mom.
Before we came on the show.
Put your clothes back on. Come on, Kat. Take that shirt off.
I can't be on that on the taco meat on the chest. Yeah. Hey, they can see me on my social media with my shirt off. And on Instagram at Catfish. You can check me out on.
No, take the shirt off and let us see something. Come on now. Come on.
You trying to make me
tell you I got taco meat on the chest right now.
They about to be sexually harassed. Yeah, about to be sexually harassed by you.
Hey. If y'all can see
that's okay. I'll stop.
He shows us an arm.
First of all,
yeah. Y'all are so
I'm doing the taco meat today. I'm not gonna leave that image with the audience.
Take it off. Take it off.
Your chest looks like that. You know that taco meat.
Look at this. He said taco.
I'm gonna tell you where to find me. You can find me at monk_IG. Huh?
He said, huh?
No, let him talk because it's a delay, so we gotta let
What'd
him.
you say?
Tell us where we can find you.
Okay. Monk_eternal on IG and Vegan Monk on Facebook and monketernal.com landing page.
So
so you can find me on IG, Cat Fitness 3. Cat Fitness 3 on IG, Cat Fitness on Facebook, Cat Fitness on YouTube, and our website is www.catfitnesswellnesscenter.com.
We love you guys.
And he's saying cat, C-A-T, like the
Much love.
because it's coming. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It's like on the screen. Come on. That's
Well,
why I got all this taco meat on my chest. I'm look like I'm here.
Okay, so guys, so we're gonna have you back once we get, all that. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys. This is always so much fun to hang with you. Y'all like the good cop, bad cop. The nut over there is Monk, and Cat tries to be a little cool.
Who's the good cop? Who's the good cop? Hold on.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. Who's the good cop?
That's
Come on,
not
no.
the terminology
He said,
right
who's
now.
the good cop? Yeah, we take that back.
We take that back. We don't want no cops, good or bad, right now.
Both of y'all good.
Y'all both good cops right now. So, but thank you so much for coming on.
Y'all gonna put me in the same category as this guy? I thought y'all had a love for me than that.
Hey, Bryce Tyson, what's up, darling?
Somebody said you guys are Mutt and Jeff.
Oh, and that Parker said y'all Mutt and Jeff.
What is that?
Mutt and Jeff.
Who is that?
Yeah, what's Mutt and Jeff?
Mutt, aren't they like a cartoon?
I think so.
I don't even know.
How about Heckle and Jekyll?
So they call us a cartoon right now?
Y'all are fine as wine.
We love you guys.
Thank you so much for coming. We love you.
So this wraps up another episode of Sunday Bites and Tidbits. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
See you next time.
So we gotta wait for them.
Later.
They so